Mexicola avocado graft. This one I grafted. I didn't know if it was gonna work so good because I took the tape off too early, and I just let that be a lesson to you. Do not take the tape off early. And I did, and it looked kind of weakly, especially around the graft union there. So I just retaped the graft union, and it came back very nicely. This one I did, another mexicola. It's okay, it's just the rootstock that it's on is very small right now. Hopefully this thing will get much larger soon. Another mexicola, sorry. This one is doing fine. Part of this stem died. It only died to right there where the new bud came out. That's fine. It had another bud on it, but I unwrapped it too early, and I killed that one. So just my best advice on that is leave the tape on until you know for certain that it's done growing out of all the buds. Now here's some other ones I did. These are actually okay. They're actually looking pretty good and healthy. I'm going to trim this one up a little more. It's got some brown leaves on it. I just put the leaves underneath, where I trimmed it, and put it in there so it can grow into it. Another nice one. This one has a couple of good buds to grow from right here. Another mexicola. Doing pretty good. And then this was another mexicola doing pretty good. The graft union you can see here, it really had healed up fairly well, if I can get my camera to focus. Anyway, healed up pretty nicely. They go up, but they're open right here when you put the V in there, but it seems to seal itself off. So that did pretty well. This is same thing here. This one, grew a callus over the whole area there. So that one's doing really good. That black stuff you see is just kind of a tar mastic that I had on there to wherever I trimmed the leaves, because it seems like if you trim a branch on these avocados, that they want to die a little further back than you want them to. They don't just heal up, they kind of wither away part of the branch. Now I also have some other plants here. This one's a Brazos Bell, and I have a Mexicola Grande. I took some cuttings off another Brazos Bell I have over here. On this one, you can see there's some buds and things. It's got a lot of flowers, but to me, this really isn't that great of budwood to do it from. I prefer, when I'm doing grafts, to get an older tree. Let me show you an older Mexicola. This one I've had for about a year. You'd want something a lot closer to the main branches, something harder, something that's been on there for a few months. Those seem to produce or to take better on the tree. Something like this would do just fine on a graft. But the further out you go, like in this area where it has new growth, to me those are a little harder to take whenever you're trying to do grafting. I don't prefer to use this type. I'd prefer to use something more like here where it has a lot smaller buds, but the wood is definitely firmer in this area than it is from where it grew here. So if you're looking to do some grafting, I've done a few, and the best thing I can tell you on this, my best advice, is a lot of them will take, but you really want to make sure that, let me show you some that I have going. You wrap the whole thing, okay, with this tape, and this isn't that polyurethane tape, this is the biodegradable one. You wrap the whole thing first, and then you move down to the graft union, and you really, for me, you want to make sure this thing is very tight, almost, I would say too tight. You just gotta, I wrap it like 3 or 4 times, and I do it really hard, and it seems like that produces the best results. So I got lots of these going. I bought these new trees because I'm trying to get some different varieties. I have a lot of mexicolas, and I'm trying to get some new stuff going. I don't want just the old, the same tree over and over and over. But this one is also a mexicola. This one I took the tape off as well, so got to give it a lot of time to heal. But this one should have, you can see it's got a lot of buds that it can grow from. It's not just the one, it's got several, just like this one. This one had a a few that you could grow from. And the buds, when they were there, they were brown. They didn't look plump or anything like that, but you can see that they're growing very well now. So hopefully, this one has a pretty good rootstock here. It's about a pencil thick. That's probably about what you want. It's hard, it's not, you can't flex it like you can some of these other ones. This one back here, you could probably flex it a little bit if you wanted to. So you want to make sure that when you have your rootstock, that you let it grow for a while. Trim it down, whatever you have to do, but don't try to put it on something that's real new. Otherwise, when you go to make the cut, it wants to split and separate and doesn't really have enough firmness to be able to hold a graft in there. So I want you to subscribe and like my channels, and then that way I can produce more content. Okay, thanks.